Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some very brand new nifty now sellings of the PlayStation 5, or well, now when it comes to other different countries, you're now seeing the instantaneous, like pretty much teleportation of your consoles showing up inside your home. And so we also have some little small other little various stories about some random big testing going on when it comes to the PlayStation. So go talk about a bunch of random stuff all throughout this video. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below if you guys want to go and follow. We'll probably be playing up some Once Human this weekend too as well, if you guys have been curious in that one. And let's go and dive on into the video itself. So as you guys probably know, the PlayStation 5 has been mostly in stock pretty much everywhere. We're kind of outside of the big, shortage. People are able to get their consoles relatively easily. But right now, we're now having an even bigger and better upgrade when it comes to the consoles themselves. Now, we've also been hearing some rumors of Amazon and other various big these hosting companies and warehouse companies having a chance to do similar. But right now, we're actually now seeing it in motion, and I kind of want to go talk about it because I thought it was kind of just a fun and little nifty thing. So while the United States is mostly good when it comes to stock, so think Amazon, Target, Walmart, most of the time you can probably get your consoles no problem. Some other countries, I have heard issues a little bit on Canada, a lot of South America, obviously in Africa, just more of these for lack of better terms, just not as in more impoverished countries, they still have issues getting their consoles. Or some countries that have millions upon billions of people, such as China, India, etc. Those places are also still in this weird, awkward drought where it is harder for them to get their consoles. But thankfully, right now, it does seem like stock has been being normalized for quite some time. It's not like, oh my god, I have to wake up at 6 in the morning. It's, hey, I have to make sure I do it same day. Just the differential is a lot easier. But we actually had some pretty intriguing stuff over here when it comes down to India. The PlayStation 5 Slim, if you're in, the middle of, a huge specific city, you have a chance now to go get your console within the same hour, within the same half hour, and if lucky, within only just 10 minutes. So the PlayStation 5 Slim is being delivered in 10 minutes from the Blinkit to sell the Sony PlayStation 5 starting as of April 5th. So earlier on this year, the platform joined forces with Samsung to provide swift delivery of the Galaxy S24 series across Delhi NCR, Bengaluru, and Mumbai. Now you guys might be thinking, why does this matter when it comes to America? Just for the sake of number one, it's an interesting story, but number two, in the sake of I want this in America. And I know we've been tempted and kind of seen this a little bit when it comes to Amazon, where they have Amazon and fulfillment centers pretty much everywhere. And they also have these weird things here in Chicago where they have basically PlayStation drop-offs, where you basically have a chance to go to they'll go drive to a drop-off bin that's somewhere near your home. You drive over there, you use a lock combination, and you get the random item that's supposed to be there. And it's a little bit on the easier side. But at the same time now, this is within any major city. So let's say you guys are American in New York, Miami, Chicago, Seattle, I don't know, Texas, anywhere when it comes to that. You have a chance to get your consoles very, very quickly. And I think this is actually kind of cool and nifty news when it comes to this. So basically, Blinkit, the quick commerce platform under Zomoto's ownership, these are probably just random folks for all of us, just for context, has announced a new collaboration with Sony, bringing a highly sought-after PlayStation 5 to its platform. The company is set to launch the gaming console on April 5th, offering gamers a convenient purchasing option. So Albinder Desia, CEO of Blinkit, took to X to share the news, saying that PlayStation 5s on the Blinkit platform are going to be launching as of tomorrow. And like I said, a lot of folks are still having issues getting their consoles, especially in India and other just outside areas. So the much-awaited PlayStation 5 Slim is priced at Rs 55,000, and the Digital Edition is priced at Rs 45,000. And these are all for the brand new PS5 Slims that I'm sure you guys have heard of, or maybe even gotten yourselves. So this partnership follows Blinkit's recent ventures into rapid delivery, and think about it this way. It's like you have day one of a brand new launch, so they said for phones, or maybe for the PlayStation 5 Slims, maybe future PS6, PS5 Pro, Xbox Series XX, whatever it might go and be in the future, Switch Pro, and you have a chance to be like, hey, here's the stock, we physically have it in the middle of the city in a warehouse, we'll have 30 different trucks just going nonstop the entire day, picking up they have 50 of them, they'll be doing routes and just dropping off switch, another guy in PlayStation, and basically everyone has a chance to get their stuff within the same hour, which is ridiculous. Now, as I mentioned, I wish we had this technology here in America. Now, there is some stuff that you maybe do same day delivery. I know some specific states do that, although within 10 minutes is ridiculous. Although, once again, most of these things are not full-on warehouses in the middle of a pure proper city, which at the same time would make sense. I mean, I'd rather have a normal living place than not. So earlier on this year, they had a chance to do that with the Galaxy S24s. They had a chance to do this everywhere, and they wanted to be yeah, within under 10 minutes, you can go get it, which think about it this way. Like, think about like back in the day. Like, we had to order your consoles at Target or Best Buy. Sometimes we had to wait a few months. Like, I remember people were shipping and waiting for Walmart consoles, and they bought it on the Walmart website, and they had to wait a month and a half, to the point where some orders were actually getting canceled because due to like weird holding policies with like financial things. It's basically like, hey, like, you can't hold money for longer than 30 days due to like just legalities and like regulations. And with all this note that Walmart had to go and refund people, and then the people who want to get their consoles had issues even getting it. Like, they had the order locked in. I'm sure a lot of folks just wanted to keep it, and then obviously just like would get canceled just due to regulatory issues. So imagine avoiding all this issues and all these problems, and you get your console within 10 minutes. That'd be absolutely insane. So apparently, like, they're also saying, even though sadly this company has been apparently losing a lot of losses, the company's revenue surged to basically a bunch of money, but they also had a lot of losses too as well. So basically, it's like a weird loss leader. It's like, hey, we'll get your stuff here in 10 minutes. But obviously, that's a lot of infrastructure, pre-buying, a lot of workers, too, as well, to make sure your products show very quickly. Like I said, you're probably bustling and going back and forth nonstop and doing massive amounts of drop-offs throughout the city, which is kind of crazy. Now, I'm not sure if they do this themselves, but I'd imagine, like, I'd have, like, if we know, let's say, a PlayStation's going to get a lot of sales, I would just go maybe even have, like, each car having, like, 100 consoles. And you have, like, just people patrolling specific areas. I don't know if this is, like, how they did it or not, but like, yeah, I'd have like 100 PlayStations. I have one person like the Southwest, one person in the Northwest, one person in the Northeast, one person in the Southeast, one like in the Central, and then basically as these orders get accepted, I just would keep on having the GPS be like, okay, turn left, turn right, go up, go down, go here, go there, go anywhere, and go from there. So it's kind of nifty to go and see this is even happening. Like, I think a 10-minute drop off is insane, and once again, I do wish this was in America too as well. So kind of fun to go and see this. Like, we'll have to see how this turns out well, but it's very nice to see other countries finally going and getting their consoles. Now, as well, we also had some very big intriguing news too as well when it comes to basically when it comes to gaming news as a whole. Now, as you guys probably know, I'm kind of just maybe full camp for this one. When it comes to the PlayStation and Sea of Thieves, right now we're watching that very closely, where it seems like right now the PlayStation's kind of on a test right this second, where if the Sea of Thieves does well on both the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation, they'll probably end up selling more different games. Like this, we've kind of known this for a little bit, but we're kind of seeing more outside publicity when it comes to these comments, stating that, yeah, this is going to be like a big test. If it sells horribly, no one cares about the game. No one cares about Sea of Thieves. It sells 5,000 copies, and it took us $5 million to go and make it. We're probably not going to port over more games. But when it comes to things that they turn out well, maybe that's going to change. Maybe at the end of the day, when we have a chance to see these consoles, if it sells 1 million copies and Xbox makes money, PlayStation makes money, and they kind of come back to a specific board meeting a month after the fact, which they probably already have scheduled, they'll go and sit there and be like, hey, yo, Phil Spencer, I made Sony $5 million. That was not bad. And then Phil Spencer's like, hey, yeah, everyone liked it. The community vibes are good. We saw a lot of good news articles and IGNs and Kotaku's kind of giving us a lot of credit. And as well, we also made money. And also at the same time, people are like, hey, Xbox isn't that bad, right, Phil? And then, the Microsoft higher-ups are happy and everyone's all happy at the end of the day. So we're seeing all this, and right now it seems like this is almost the one time where I'd almost incentivize folks to want to go buy a game. Now, I typically only buy it if you want to go get it. I mean, it's not the biggest deal if you don't, but when it comes to this, is if you want to have more Xbox games on the Switch, on PlayStation, this is kind of one of those things you have to go and speak with, number one, both of your words, like fun tweets, or like YouTube responses, or, Reddit posts, IGNs, or Kotaku's that kind of chime on up. That's a big factor. But probably the biggest factor when it comes to big business is if they're making money or not. And if they are making money, they're going to be very, very incentivized to want to move their stuff over. Now, I do think Grounded is going to do well. I think Sea of Thieves is going to do well. Hi-Fi Rush will probably do pretty well as well. But that one pertinent game, which no one's really kind of heard of on the indie side, will probably absolutely flop. But hopefully all the analysts over at Xbox kind of expect that. Mainly because, not to say the game's bad, but compared to Sea of Thieves, which has been marketed for years, or Hi-Fi Rush, which was a very good game, or even Grounded, which, although it's still on the indie side, is just doesn't really matter about the platform you're on. I can see some potential with that. So very intriguing news. We're seeing PlayStations arriving within 10 minutes. We're seeing brand new countries finally getting a lot of stock they need, which is all around good. We're seeing brand new big testing when it comes to Xbox. So at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with most of this news. So give me your thoughts and comments on everything down below. I appreciate y'all very much for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We'll be checking out some cool games too as well on Twitch. Make sure you guys are following down there. And I appreciate y'all so much for watching in the first place.